Good morning, YouTube pipe community. Joel here. This video is the VR to the Woodwose 75 sub contest, and a little bit of housekeeping. I'm Dr. Graybo, and I'm smoking Boswell's Cherry Smash. Yesterday I did the Boswell's Cherry Smash in my cob, and it was okay. So I'm just seeing, I hear a lot of you talk about how things taste different in different pipes. So these are the two pipes I have right now, and I've got more coming, but just curious to see how that goes. Yesterday I had to light it a lot. I don't know. It felt like I was smoking a flame. It could have been me. I did try a new packing, not a new packing method. Trying to be slick. You know, I've seen some of the guys will stick their hand down in the bag and with the pipe and just kind of push it in with their finger, and you know, old timers, they know how to do that. I'm thinking that might have been my problem. Anyway, so I did a video on this last night and I posted it, but I did something. I don't know where it went. And I think Danny watched it, but it was a long video. I'm going to try to shorten that up. How we view the world. I know a lot of you are talking about how, see, I'm having trouble keeping it lit again. A lot of you are talking about how, and this is very true, how your experiences in life change how you see things. And I'll say it this way, because if I say it different, it becomes a long video. There are 3 things that changed my life and how I look at it, and for the better. The first, I mean, everybody had a family life, good, bad, I don't know. Sometimes you think it's good and then you find out it's bad. That's what happened with me. As you grow up, you see more things. But this is not a bad video. This is a good video. I think the biggest change for me was getting married. I got married at 32 years old. I met my wife at 32, rather. I'm 38. And I would say that's the biggest improvement of my life for sure. But cool thing is, I guess the interesting thing looking back is before it was just me. A lot of things didn't matter. I'm a pretty straightforward guy. So whatever came, if something came and hit me head on, I could handle it. Just me. I'll get better. We'll get through it. I still have the same attitude, but now the perspective's different because I have a wife. She's amazing. Then my son came along. This is the other thing. And now you look at the world with a completely different perspective. But I think the most, even though those are 2 really, really, really good things, the third thing is I grew up in a situation, well, when I was 36, it's a few years after I met my wife, we left I'll say a church family. We'll do it that way. Left there, and I grew up there, so I wasn't aware of how, I don't know, backwards it was, how dividing of families happened, how basically just horrible leadership. It was not about anything godly. I don't know if it started that way. I don't know. But it wasn't about God. It was about how you could please a man. And anybody who lives their life, in my opinion, you can't be you, and you have to please someone else. You have to seek that approval to live your life. Whether it's buying vehicles, buying a home, getting a new job. I mean, I'm not going to go into that, but it's just not a good way to live. Since leaving there, I mean, there's been some, I knew when I left there'd be some repercussions. I knew my family wouldn't talk to me, and they don't. And initially I knew what was going on, but the pain was bigger than everything else. It was time to go. But it was a huge blessing, quite honestly. It was the best decision I've ever made. 2 reasons. Most importantly, my son doesn't have to see that type of world. There's a whole lot of other world he's going to end up seeing, but not that one. So our family is our family. My wife, my son, and I. We're starting our family, and I don't know. Maybe things will come back together one day. I don't know. Hope so. I've made it clear that the door's open, just in case they come around. But I guess the reason I'm telling you that is just because before, like when I was a teenager, I mean, life, obviously, every teenager, life is just about you. There's no, the world may be a good place, but you try on the attitudes and opinions of others till you figure out what's yours. Well, I'm having to like this stuff again a lot. Yeah. Anyways, I'll be finished with this video in just a minute. Basically, I don't think I was a negative person. I thought I had a pretty good outlook on life as far as being positive. I wasn't so giving. I wasn't so caring for other people. Matter of fact, I was kind of closed-minded. And I don't mean like a liberal conservative type thing. Just closed-minded in that, I don't know, I'm very black and white. This is the way the world is. And the reality is now I see the world is completely gray. Everything's situational. But it's a hard thing to see. But the way I see things now is the way I want to live my life is I want to be sure that I'm open and giving, caring, able to hear what other people have to say, because they may say, whether I agree with their premise or not, some of the things they say may actually have some value, which most people do. I think the thing that I'm trying to see now, the lens I'm trying to use, is what people do things, but what's their reason for doing them? Because sometimes the reason behind what they do, and I mean good stuff, you know, if they do something, or traditions that they have in their families, or their family beliefs, their church beliefs. There, of course, church was a big part of my life, so that's kind of maybe the focus. But I think the biggest thing is what, for me, is how are people seeing the world? How are they, when they do what they do, what makes them tick? But in order to find that out, you have to actually listen and not be critical when you're listening. And that was my thing. I may listen, but in the back of my mind, I knew all the answers already. But in the last couple of years, that's changed a lot. So my goal is hopefully I can teach my son to not have, when you ask a question to someone or when they start talking, shut your mouth and listen. My grandmother tried to beat it in my ears for years. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. I'm sure a lot of grandmas said that. Listen twice as much as you talk. So that's how I try to look at stuff now. This pipe keeps going out. I guess that's my, dude, congratulations on your subs. I'm sure you'll get where you want to go. Your reviews are fantastic. But anyways, this has been a lot of fun. Guys, keep piping on. And if you have any comments, I don't know what makes stuff not like good. This particular, I've not had it. Maybe when I first started smoking, I had the issue where I had to keep relighting. And maybe that's, I don't know if that's the particular type of tobacco. It's, again, Boswell's Cherry Smash. So if anybody sees something that has any ideas, just a sample, but it doesn't taste bad. It doesn't leave a big aftertaste. It doesn't stick to your clothes, to your face. I mean, it's light, not light. I don't know what the word for it is. Anyways, I'll do a review on a different video. But everybody, hope you have a great day. Happy Sunday.